What's going on, everyone? It's Bales, and welcome back to another AFL Fantasy round review. Round 19. This season's going so quick. Can't believe we're already post round 19. We've only got 5 rounds to go, which is crazy. But we continued our run of 2,400 plus scores. That's now, is that our 4th or 3rd week in a row? 4 weeks in a row. So every round since the bye, we've gone over 2,400, which is fantastic. Puts us at a round rank of 1699. So every round since round 13, we've actually had a round rank of only 1 week outside of the top 4,000, which is very handy. The only other one was a 16,000, where I think it was about 4 weeks ago, I think it was. But we continue our mission towards the top 1,000. We're up to 3,704. Puts me up 565 spots for the week. I'm a bit surprised. I thought I'd probably go up a few more spots this week. I thought it was probably going to be closer to maybe inside 3,500. But hey, I'm still glad that we got the green arrow and we're moving up in the right direction. And yeah, hopefully a big end to the season. I did this last year, actually. If you guys follow me last year, second half of the year, I came sort of storming home from a pretty similar position. I think it was about 9,000. I finished just outside 2,000. So hopefully we can go a bit better this year and go top 1,000. That'd be fantastic. But +3, -3 for the week. Jack's still honourable mention not to get the +3 this week would have been the top scorer in my team, but it has to go to Sam Doherty. Having that VC on him is a bit of a unique play. Not many people went him VC. I did like the matchup. Thanks to shout out to Mitch from Ball Boys, who was on us with the pod last night. Going Doherty VC was number 2 on the list. And also just like the matchup, I thought playing midfield he'd be able to score well, and he did, and put up a good score. And the fact that my backup captain in Dawson only got 97 obviously was a good thing. I did go Doherty. I think the other guys looking at was Bont and English, and thankfully I went Doherty, who scored the most out of those 4. So very, very happy with him. -3, I did give it to Will down the pod, but obviously if you guys did tune in for the whole pod, I changed it midway through. Merritt gets my -3. 88, I knew it was going to happen. I said to everyone at Varsity when we met up, I said, I'm bringing Merritt in tonight. He's probably going to go 80 for me in his first game for me. And what did he do? He went 88. So, yeah, not good, Zach. He hasn't been kind to me when I've had him. I haven't had him for many big scores. So essentially when I don't have him, he goes huge, goes to 150s. I get him and I don't think he'll go over 130 the rest of the year because I've got him. So hopefully he does, but we'll see how we go. So they're the plus and -3. Let's get into the players. So Nick Dacos, 86. I didn't actually watch this game, but from what everyone's saying, he got tagged by Willem Drew. 86 is respectable. He still had his 25 odd touches, whatever he got to. Yeah, 25 on the dot. So that's fine. He's fine. He'll be good for me. Obviously, he's got Carlton this week, which actually put his worst score for the year against. But I think he'll be fine. And he's top 3 defender anyway, so he's fine. James Sicily, good to respond after 65 last week. A 121 was very much appreciated there from the sick dog. He was the sick dog today, not the sick dog. So very happy that he responded. He's got Saints this week, so hopefully he'll go big once again. Sam Doherty, as I mentioned before, 130 is the VC. Very, very nice with him. He's just solid, isn't he? Solid as a rock, averaging 107 for the year. When did I bring him in? Did I get him for this game or the Hawthorn game? I can't remember. I got him for one of these 2 weeks. Geez, I can't actually remember. I think it was for the Hawthorn game, but I'm not sold. It was one of these 2. Anyway, doesn't matter. He's been solid for me anyway, and very happy with the VC. Jack Sinclair, 112, very, very happy with him. I'm a bit concerned about him getting a tag this week, but I think I've got other issues. I was planning, if I didn't have too many issues, maybe to hold those guys, hold everyone and then trade Sinclair, but I think it'll have to be able to trade out some other guys and hold Sinclair. He might get tagged this week. Hopefully he moves inside and goes into midfield this week and can put up a good score. Tom Stewart, 116. I'm a bit nervous for his upcoming match. He played well. Obviously playing midfield, which is very, very different. I haven't seen Stewart play that much midfield, and having 50% CBAs for the game, majority, I think all of them said she came in the second half in that game. He's got 2 tough games. Freo, who he got a 70 odd against during the year, and then he's got Port Adelaide, who he struggled with a 60 against. So I think that they're his 2 worst. Well, he got the Hawthorn one. So when the first game I owned him, take away the injured score. Yeah, the 66 and the 72 was 2 of his 3 lowest scores. So I'm a bit nervous for his 2 coming up. Hopefully he can put up a good score against Freo this week down at GMHBA, and then hopefully Port is fine as well, both at GMHBA, so hopefully he can put up a couple of good scores down there. Will Day disappointing as well with an 80. I'll hold him this week 'cause he's got the Saints, but he might have to go the week after. He's been solid this year. Obviously, we all picked him to be a mid-pricer and just to make some cash and put up some good scores for us, but he's been better than that, but sort of the last 5 weeks, he went big against the Suns when he moved into defence and Sicily wasn't there, but 3 scores under 90 out of his last 4. It's not exactly what I want. He's highly owned as well at the top. If I could jump off, if I didn't have another couple of issues, I probably would, but I've got a couple of players I want to trade before him. But hopefully he goes well against Saints this week. Chester 56 on the bench, solid enough, making a little bit more money there, and Mullen being the sub as well. Actually dropped cash as well, dropped 20k, break even to 54. So just the sub is just killing cash gen this year, so that's going to have to be something we're going to have to look at obviously next year, maybe part for some of our rookies. Jordan Dawson 97, that's his first sort of pretty poor game for a long time. Like that was the last time, first time went under 100 since round 10, and that was at Marsden. But that was generally the first time in a fine matchup that he's gone under 100 since round 3 against Port. And who's he got this week? He's got Port. So hopefully puts a good score. He's fine. He's obviously one of the top defenders. He's one of the most highly priced players, averaging 116 essentially for the year. He's been great. And yeah, Bonampelli continues to just impress again. Look at these ridiculous numbers. 1 score under 108 since round 8. 1 score under 100 since round 4. Like, just the consistency is ridiculous. And he's been one of the best picks for the year. So very happy to continue to own him and continue to pump out those scores. Merritt 88, I've talked about, disappointed with him. Hopefully responds this week against Sydney. He's got North Melbourne and the Eagles after, and we know he's got a good record against North, and he should go well against the Eagles. So hopefully he can respond and put up some good scores in the next 3. Andrew Brayshaw, as I mentioned on the pod last night, it's been a bit underwhelming since I picked him up. He's only had the 1 score over 110 since I've had him, and that was the 129 against Essendon. I brought him in, I think it was in this game, the Richmond game. He's gone, again, what's that, 5 of 7 hundreds, but again, they haven't been huge. He's just getting the job done enough. But yeah, so hopefully some stealing scores on the run home. Got a bit of a mixed bag. Geelong and Brisbane, a bit of tougher. Eagles are meant to be easier, but he doesn't do well normally against the Eagles in the derbies. I'm pretty sure it's Western Derby. It's not Derby, yeah, it's Derby. I know that people over here in Perth sometimes get offended when people call it Derby or whatever. So then Port, yeah, tough, and then Hawthorn to finish. So we'll see how he goes, but yeah, hopefully he can go well. Brad Crouch, that's 3 scores in a row under 100. I'm a bit concerned moving forward. I'll keep him this week because he's got Hawthorn, but after that, I think their run is still okay. Like what Carlton, Richmond is still fine, but yeah, we want these midfielders pumping out closer to 120 each week. Obviously, this week, not a great week for primo mids like Dawson, Crouch, Merritt, Brayshaw, Mills, all going sub 100. So you had only a couple of players stand up, and one of them was Jack Steele. He's also been very, very good the last 3 weeks, scoring a 133, followed up with a 106 and then the 146. Then you got the 87 against Eagles, but he's looked good the last 5 weeks. So he's a great target if you haven't jumped on him. He's up to 878 now, so he's getting pricey, but he's going to be a real target for us next year. Only 100 average. He might average 115 rest of the year, might be priced at 105 next year, but that's still going to be value. So it's something to think of next year, but he's been great. If you haven't got him, jump on board. Steele, he's got some good matchups to come. LDU 104 on debut. I was happy to finally get a primo mid, go 100 on debut. Obviously, I got Crouch, who's 137 on debut, but there's been a few. Crouch got a 116 or something. Against Brisbane when I got him. So yeah, okay, so he went 100, but most players I get, especially primo mids, they don't normally go 100 when I get them. So been very happy to have him have a good score there. Only had the 1 mark and 2 tackles, so that could have been a lot bigger at 33 touches, but we know that the ceiling's there with LDU. He's still a good target, still good value on the run home. Callum Mills, bit worried about that role, but John Longmire did come out after the game and said that Mills played more outside because he was sore throughout the week. So hopefully he will be fine moving forward and move more inside this week. But I'll probably hold him anyway. I've got a couple of players that I'll talk about later that I'm looking at trading first. Cuba Harvey, a bit of a quiet game there, 23, but he's a bench player, obviously. And then Dev Robb didn't play. Ryan Marshall, 123. Apparently, Ross Lyon came after the game. I didn't actually notice before we recorded the pod last night, but apparently he was very close to not playing. Apparently he was quite sore throughout the week and under a fair bit of duress throughout the game. That's what Ross the boss said. So very happy he did play 123. I was actually looking at him as a captain option next week. But after hearing those comments, I'm maybe not as keen to put in captain now. So we'll have to see who I put captain. Obviously, still got 5 days, whatever, to look. But he was very good anyway. Tim English, 98 as well. It's fine. Would have been good if he put a bigger score up, but he's just solid anyway, so it's fine. Max Heath obviously didn't play. Errol Goulden, 89, was pretty quiet, obviously, watching that game. He went good in the last quarter, but the first 3 quarters is a bit average. I think he was on 51, I think it was at 3-quarter time. He ended up on an 89, so 38-point last quarter, I think. Don't quote me on that, but it was somewhere around that anyway. So he had a good last quarter to salvage the score, but hopefully he can go big. He's got Essendon this week, so not a bad matchup under the roof at Marvel. Tim Taranto, 116. Good for him to respond and get a good score there. First time he'd gone... he's gone back-to-back good scores over 110, but obviously back to those scores under 100. Hopefully he can finish off the year like he had that patch. But Hopper was out a lot of this patch as well, so he's just been very, very good, and hopefully he can continue to pump out good scores. Rosie, 900s in a row, another 108. He's just been fantastic. And yeah, we'll have to enjoy him as a forward because like him, Taranto, Goulden, Cogs, these guys won't be mids next year. Sorry, forwards next year, they'll be straight mids. So, yep, he's been great. Cogs, 91 is okay. I was hoping for another ton, but then again, I think he's got a ton in every game. Ton in the other 2 games I had him, so it's fine. I had a lot of handballs today, which normally kicks a little bit more, and only the 3 marks, 3 tackles, but he'll be top 6 forward. He's been very good since I've had him. Ben Keys is a bit of a concern. So he got 82, had a big last quarter to get to that, which I'm very thankful for, because if he went sub 60 like he was on track for a lot of day for going, it would have been a lot worse. But the fact that Schoenberg and Crouch came in, Laird, I think will come back in this week. Obviously, we've got to see how he pulls up this week, if he trains and whatever. But I think he'll play based on his comments from last Monday before he got ruled out. He said he felt better. And we'll hear him on SEN at some point this morning before this video comes out. So we might know if he's tracking well. But with him back in the side, Crouch and Schoenberg, I actually thought played quite well for the Crows. Rankin obviously out now he's going to be out with a hamstring injury. Again, I'm recording this like Sunday night, so I don't know the extent, but it didn't look very good. I would imagine his season's done based on what that looked like. So Keysmar to play forward, especially with Rochelle being out as well. So I want to jump off him, especially with that, and I said especially that 3 times, with the Port Adelaide matchup. So yeah, there's a lot of red flags going into this week. This could be a bad score for him. So if you do have the opportunity to jump off, I probably would. As much as I love Keysy, I think he's done well, but it's time to go. Blake Drury was a great captain this week. Very, very nicely done. Helped me with the Doherty VC. Darcy Cameron, very happy to take that 99. I was looping between Darcy Cameron and Windhager, so if Darcy Cameron went sub 70, it would have been better for me because I would have had the 114 from Windhager. But hey, good to have both. Good for cash gen and solid enough score on ground. Very happy with Cameron there. Loman obviously the sub there. And Windhager just sort of come out of nowhere, back-to-back hundreds. I think they're his first 2 career tons in the AFL, and this was clearly his best score. Went up another 65k, break-even 15. Still got cash to make, and he's really good if you've still got him to be that 23rd player that you can loop with someone, like if you've got a Mills, if you've got a Keys, if you can't get rid of him, if you've got Will Day, if you can somehow put Will Day in your midfield and loop him, Windhager, Darcy Cameron, guys like that, he's a good player to loop with them because he's putting out good scores. He's got Hawthorn this week at Marvel, so could be another good score coming for him. So he's been great. So that's how the team went. Again, as I said, very, very good to continue our move up the rankings. It has been quite good the last few weeks, seeing my arrow go up instead of the first half of the year, seeing it consistently sort of go, like 1 week I'd go up, 2 weeks I'd drop down and sort of, yeah. So it's been good. It would have been good if I had a good start to the year. Could have been potentially ranked sort of top sort of 2,000 at least, maybe top 1,000 if a few things went away. But hey, a lot of people had bullets this year. It's been a year filled with bullets. So in terms of early trades, I think that these will probably stick actually, unless there's carnage. But I'm looking at probably just going a Dev Rob down to a Banks or a Nankervis from the Crows. If he holds his spot, he looked pretty good on debut. Just a rookie on my bench to make a little bit of cash and be some cover if I need. And I'm looking at going a Ben Keys up to Josh Dunkley. Dunkley is the guy I'm pretty keen on getting back into my team this week. Looked pretty good with the 112. He's got some pretty good matches to come. So they're the moves I'm doing. Pretty sort of straightforward. Obviously, I need Day eventually out of my side. Then put Dawson there, get a midfielder for Day. Mills at some point will need to go as well, and maybe Darcy Cameron. So they're the 3 I need to get. The rest of the guys I'm pretty happy with keeping. So if I can get those 3 out in the next sort of 3-4 weeks, that'd be great. But yeah, we'll see. Not many times you can get a full squad of 22 players you're really happy with. So anyway, that's it for the round review. Let me know in the comments below your +3, -3, how you guys went this week and where you guys are ranked. I'd like to know where you guys are ranking at the moment. So put them in the comments below and what your round rank was, all that type of stuff. And also put any trade questions or anything in the comments below. I'll get to those throughout the week. Appreciate you guys tuning in as always. Make sure you do leave a like on the video. It does help out into the video out to other people and stuff if people want to get interested in getting involved in the channel. So make sure you give it a like. If you get 30 likes, it'd be very much appreciated there. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're 671 away from 1300. So if you can help me reach that goal by the end of the year, that'd be fantastic. We've got 5 weeks to hit that milestone. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do. Bottom right hand corner, get involved. Turn notifications on so you miss when I go live or upload any other content, and all my social media links are in the description below. Follow me across all those to keep updated when I'll be uploading content, as well as the notification button. So, but yeah, we're back for Wednesday, the Wednesday Trade Talk video, talking through all the popular moves coaches have been making in a few days' time. So looking forward to that one. Have a good week, guys, and we'll chat to you on Wednesday for the Trade Talk, as mentioned. So I'm out, guys. Have a good week, and cheers.